I'm with my boy Darryl Raps today, so talk to me, gang.
Respect, man. Darryl Raps, obviously. London Open TV, that's the platform as well. You know what I mean? Okay. If you mind me bigging up.
No, of course. Do your thing, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Well, talk your shit. Like, where can they find you?
Oh, yeah, like I said, you can find me at either Darryl Raps or my platform is London_Open_TV. Yeah.
Proper. So, we're going to go straight into this, man. So, first, I want to talk about what's your thoughts on Young Philly? And obviously, recently, he's got given a new accusation about allegedly he raped a woman in
Magaluf, yeah.
And to be fair, apparently this happened in summer, and she reported it that when she came back to the UK. So it's not like a clout move on her part. So what's your thoughts on the Young Philly situation?
Boy, my thoughts on Young Philly is we got to be careful how we deal with this, like as a people, in a sense of just jumping in. Oh, Young Philly's does ours. You know what I mean? Like to say that on two accusations, because at the level of success what he is, these accusations are going to come, just like you've seen with the footballers, the bigger rappers, and for an English entertainer, he's on high levels. You know what I mean? For the UK, he's high up there. You know what I mean? Chunks and Philly, that's proper. So I think, but his character don't do him no justice now, because when you see them videos played back, he's looking nuts.
He's a bit too touchy.
He's a bit too touchy-feely, but some people are naturally like that, though. You know what I mean? I come across people like that. I'm like, why are you touching me for? And that's, you know what I mean? So some people are naturally like that. And what's that guy, Just Juice, just done a video about him saying, I think his name Just Juice, he's like some light-skinned black.
I think Tropical Juice.
Tropical Juice, yeah. He said, raw. One of his girlfriends said, yeah, Philly moves mad with girls, like he's mad aggressive and all. I'm like, you can't really judge it yet. You got to make the court deal with it. But as Tropical Juice said, something like, even if he's guilty or innocent, his thing's still rubbed out.
Very rubbed. I can't lie. I think if he's found not guilty, he could still have a career, but he's never going to get to the level he was once at. He could still do a YouTube thing, but it'll never be as big as it was. Brands won't touch him, honestly.
Do you think even if the girls come out and say, do you know what, I lied, or
I think the only way that will happen is if they actually come out publicly and say, yo, we lied. But
yeah.
Because to be fair, by the way it's looking dark, because deep at that, they report, so it looks like when the alleged rape happened in Australia, she reported it like basically straight away.
Wow.
So for her to do it straight away, there's no long thing. And then for a case to come out, it's a bit mad. Obviously, I guess it's because he's a foreigner, so obviously they need to grab him quick.
And that's not going to help his case in Australia now. This new case coming out.
Yes, it's not a good look.
It's not going to help the case in Australia. That's going to work against him even more now. So I just thought of that now. I'm thinking, imagine that case is still going on, and the next hit, he's international with this now. Malaga, Australia. The next minute, UK, there's going to be something next. Guaranteed there's going to be a next couple allegations along the way. And like, as for his friends coming out and talking, I think like, I heard, who was it? Bounce, someone say the same thing. I thought this from the day dot as well. If they say anything, the public's gonna rip them up anyway. So it's best to just fall back.
Because obviously, like, do you feel like his friends were a bit fake though? Like, Chunks made a little small statement, but I don't feel like God forbid, say if like you or someone you know was in that situation, would you expect them to like big you up, or would you big them up and be like, yeah, they're innocent type shit?
Do you know what? The way the climate is now, I would tell my brethren fall back. The reason why I would tell them fall back is because if you speak out, and it goes against me, even if I was innocent, even if you're innocent, it can still go against you. That means your career is going to be popped down as well, and mine. Especially don't say nothing. Because either you're going to kind of lose out. So it's best you say nothing so people can't hold nothing against you. Because imagine you come out and say, yeah, he's fully innocent. You can't vouch for number 100% anyway. You can't vouch for a man like 100%. I don't care who it is, bruv. Like, you can't vouch for a next man what he does in a bedroom 100%. You know what I mean? I don't know what my friends do in the bedroom. You know what I mean, bro? Like, why for that? I don't know what man's doing in the bedroom. So you can't vouch for man 100%. So I actually think Chunks and that is doing the right thing in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, cause like you don't know what they're doing for him. You know what I mean? Cause he looks mashed up when you see him on camera. Like they could even just the phone calls are probably just helping him, just uplifting him. You know what I mean? From his friends. So from they're still his friends behind closed doors. That's the main thing. Cause the public don't need to know nothing else. You know what I mean? To pop down their career.
No, real shit, man. So yeah, man. So it's dark, man. It's honestly dark. But it really is, man.
No, it is.
I'm hearing so in Australia he's facing at 20. Yeah, because it's rape, it's strangulation, it's I think sexual assault as well as like four different charges.
Wow.
And then if he
that's dark.
So and then
I'm sorry for laughing. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at I'm not laughing at him, but I'm just laughing at it's a crazy situation. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And then obviously, and once that happens, say if he does his time, and he gets and there's charges in Spain, going straight to Spain. If there were to be charges and he's found guilty and everything, but yeah, man, it's mad.
Wow.
What's your thoughts on the Siru situation?
Who's that?
So he was a rapper. He was doing well. He was doing his thing. But then some allegations of snitching came out.
Just ringing a bell.
I think we both posted about it.
Okay, I posted.
We both posted about it.
Yeah.
So basically, long story short, there was a Mostak show in I think it was at Maidstone. And
yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, like, what is snitching? You know what I mean? Like, in the sense of what the guy said, it didn't sound like snitching to me.
To be fair, I feel like I was hearing him, but when I saw the statement.
Oh, you saw the statement. Is it dark?
Like the statement was saying that he's about 5'6", light skin. I think even that's too much. Like describing his height, describing his complexion. He was saying it was a group of males between the age of 20 to 30, talking about what they were wearing. Obviously, he in the later.
So
video,
was the victim his friend?
Yeah, the victim was his friend,
and he's unalived, right?
Yeah.
Bro, it's easy for people to say.
Honestly, I'm not around, so I don't really care if he snitched or not.
Exactly.
However, I feel like for the type of subject he's rapping about, you kind of you have to stick to those principles if you live that lifestyle.
In a sense, but no one knows how you're gonna feel until you're in that situation. This is what people don't understand from the outside. Like someone like me who dibbled and dabbled in the road and whatever, like when shit hits the fam, it's a different feeling. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're gonna do in that situation. It's so easy to say, never snitch, until the feds are there in your face. Mum's crying, auntie's crying, sisters and brothers are crying, saying, you have to tell the police something. Yeah, they took my son's life. You have to tell the police something. What are you gonna do then? Like realistically, and mum's crying, that's your friend's mum. I'm gonna stick to the code. I'm not gonna snitch. Come on, man. We're human, you know what I mean? So even if he did, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, me personally, the way I grew up, because I'm older, whatever, that's not my trail of thought, innit? I don't know how to talk to the police and that, like, but he's a younger youth, so to see his friend unalived, and then you got to think all the other strains coming. No one thinks about the victim's family approaching him. That's where the pain's gonna come from. So I can't really judge the youth, you know what I mean, in the sense of if he snitched or he didn't snitch. If he did, he's got to live up to it and say, you know what, my friend passed, bruv. I didn't know what to do. This ain't just we robbed someone down the road, the police caught us. My friend's gone. He's, you know what I mean? So it's real life. Yeah, it's real life. So all these, most people, when you clock online, he snitched. When you check their pages, there's nothing on their page. It's some ghost account. It's some local white youth from Middlesbrough. You know what I mean? Or Coventry saying he snitched. Because they don't understand the life. Because when you're in that situation, it's totally different, man. In those type of situations, it's a total different scenario. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Because to be fair, he did make a video himself saying something about. I think it was before the statement came out, but he was basically saying that all he said was like, he basically said he kind of lied on the statement, and that like obviously he was at his friend's mum's house and that whatever.
Yeah.
And then obviously, but he basically admitted that he shouldn't have said what he said in the statement.
Okay. And that's fair enough, because his nerves could have got the better of him. You know what I mean? He might have said 1-2 things, but did he say that in court? He could have just said that in the police station.
I think he just done that on a statement.
Yeah, then if he didn't go all the way to court, he might have been nervous. He's young, first time. One of his friends had been lost. He might have just said too much by accident. We're human. No one's perfect, bruv. This, you know what I mean, bro? Like, no one's perfect, man. All 50 Cent's supposed to be a snitch, so no one's perfect. Weren't Ja Rule and that accusing 50 of being a snitch and writing statements? You see what I'm saying? So, bro, you don't know what you're gonna do until you're in a situation. That's why it's hard to judge people in a situation sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know the mental, what's going on. Did he actually see his friend get duppied as well? Did the police catch him right afterwards to talk to him while he was in that state? You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot to take on board with the emotions that he was going through. People think because you're a road man and you rap like this, you don't have emotions still. You know what I mean? They do. They're human. You know what I mean? Anything could happen.
About DigDat,
boy. Like I say, like if you rap that badness, like you're gonna have to defend it one day. Like his situation, whatever. I don't know the ins and outs, but someone tried to take his chain, whatever. He had to defend it. You understand? But you rap that badness, it's gonna come back to you because people think you're the guy. So any type of approach to you is gonna be vicious. You know what I mean? From a next brother as well, who's in that type of world, in the roadman life. Oh, you're the guy. These men online with money down all their arm and all these things. People are hungry out here, man. You know what I mean? There's piranhas and vultures and cobras and all type of things out here. So you're portraying that bad boy thing. This is what's going to happen to you. And you walking around with your chain like no one can't touch you. Anyone can get touched. You're not Superman, bruv. Like anyone can get touched out here, you know? So if you're investing in things that are accessible to other people to take off you as this type of rapper, then you got to be prepared, man. Like America, you got to have your security with you. You know what I mean? You got all that money down there. You can pay a little security guard, little £20 an hour.
Same way. I feel like there's only so much a security guard could do about a weapon.
In the UK,
especially because we don't have no guns like that. We're not use them. So
it's still a deterrent though. He could run away. The security guards could just be the deterrent. Like, hey, like he can cut. You know what I mean? Or just don't roll. You just gotta roll digital, man. Like if you're from ends, you gotta move out ends, innit? Especially if you start making the money from this, you gotta move off ends. You gotta be moving digital. Especially if you're rapping that badness, man. Like it's been proven again and again and again. Like you're gonna get caught up in madness, innit? You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get caught up in madness, bro. It's gonna happen. Like, look, DigDat, all these other ones. What's his name? DigDat, all of them ones there. And people say that music's a way out, but why are these men always going to jail? Or why are they getting stabbed and all these? You know what I mean? They're always going to jail and back and forth. I thought music's a way out. It seems like it's a way into jail or into the dirt. That's what it seems like to me on the grand scale of things. What has this music genre really done for our community as a whole? Like how many people who say like man was counting how many millionaires, there's like 4 millionaires, 5 millionaires from UK rap. There's many good examples, the Stormzy's, the Krypton Conans, the this, the that, but that's like a handful of niggas, man. I'm sorry I have to use that word because it's the nigger mind state. And then we'll say, oh, you can make it out, look how much money they made. But the block that they come from and they're rapping about, say like DigDat or the M24s, the Lowskis, the when they rapping and they've moved off ends and you're rapping about ends, you're off ends, but your raps are still affecting ends. But why don't you rap about that new ends you're living in now? Stop rapping about the ends. You don't live on ends now. You're out. You've made it out, but you're still rapping about the ends.
I hear it, but I think especially if you're a drill rapper too, man, I feel like that's what, at least at the beginning, that's what people care about. And it's hard to kind of like do that transition from a drill rapper to an actual all-around rapper. Yeah.
So that's a good point. But some of these youths, like, they're talented enough to do that. You know what I mean? Like they got talent. Like some of them, like DigDat, He can do yard. He's like all rounded. That youth there is multi-talented. He's a proper rapper. Not a lot of them are proper rappers. I'll say DigDat and Lowski, they're proper rappers. Like they can do hip hop, they can do this, they can do that. They can transition if they want to. You understand? But it's a pride thing as well. Like it's if they want to let go of the streets, because everything they've been through in the streets.
And on top of that, like the people that they're around, more time they're probably bringing some of their people with them. So it's like they don't want to kind of like leave their people behind. They still want to kind of have that association with the ends too.
Yeah. It's a growing thing, innit? Because they're young, but it's like, when do you come out of this young boy thing, like from your 18 and over, and how much friends and how much stuff these men have been through from such a young age? Like they should know better, and they should know like what is attracting to them. But because the money, these record labels, you can't even, like, I don't necessarily blame the artists as such. I blame who's funding it. You got to follow the money trail. That's what's important. You got to follow like the people that's pushing it, the radio stations, the DJs, the Charlie Sloths, the Tim Westwoods, the Kenny Woolstar, them type of people there that's pushing it. Then who's above them, the record labels and stuff, who's putting money in these local youths. And like, what's his name? What's that youth's name? Fumes and all them type of man there.
No, but to be fair, I feel like with Fumes, because I feel like there's a point where these men are adults, bro. So these men can actually do their own thing. Like they understand that what they're doing, they should not be doing, and they understand the repercussions. They get the money, and they still do dumb shit. For example, Digger, I'm gonna assume he's a millionaire, and you're still trying to shop weed.
Yeah. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. But you know, someone might have come to him like, "Yo, bro, man can get like 100 boxes for like I don't know, 50 bags, and if you flip that, that's like 200 bags. It's an easy flip." You know, like man's still tapped.
His defense was that he wanted to bring it in to sell it, so then he'll still have like a big amount to smoke, but it's basically free. If that makes sense.
That's mad. Not on that scale, example, man. That's
like, let's say if I had a Z. Zed's about, last time I checked, it was 180. So say
180. That's for some rubbish weed.
That's probably some dark.
These men are smoking like some Cali packs that is like 280, 3 bills a Z.
But, like, this is an example. So say £180 to break even. So I'll get a Z. I'll sell that Z. With that £180, I'm gonna keep that, and the rest of the weed. So that would give it what? So 10 grams. I'll smoke that. He might want to smoke the rest of the 10 grams. That's how he kind of figured. That was kind of his defense.
That's bullshit. Because for 1 year, when you're bunning, like that, like you're not gonna want to bun the same weed all the time. For one. Like after a week of bunning, you got this new weed, it smokes good. By next week, you're like, I don't even want to smoke that no more. You're gonna move on. No one wants to smoke the same weed for even 2 weeks straight. That's crazy. No matter how good the weed is, you wanna flip and change it up. You know what I mean? So that one there is a mazza. But like back to the what's his name, Fumes and all of them man there. Like Spray was saying, Fumes is getting young youths on the platforms that are ops to talk about each other, to rap about each other. That's bad. That's wrong. But the thing with Spray saying that don't make no sense because he backs Westwood. You understand? So you can't burn out Fumes and not burn out Westwood as well. You got to burn out Westwood. You got to burn out the Charlie Sloths. You know what I mean? Or you got to make them take accountability. Not even burn them out. Let's stop burning people. Make them take accountability. Because to me, Charlie Sloths probably earned the most money from this industry. Like he's got the vodka, he's got this, that. But what is he putting back into our community? Is he held accountable like how we hold like the Krypton Conans, the Stormzy? Like we'll say, what are they doing for our community though? He's made so much of our community. What is he putting back into our community? You understand? Because you've taken away a lot. Because the music that you push takes away. It don't give to me. Like say like Mr. Beast. He's trying to free 1,500,000 laborers, child laborers in Congo. Oh, one of them.
West Africa in general.
West Africa in general. Okay, Mr. Beast has done that. When has hip hop ever done anything like that? When is the drill in? And this is one guy, Mr. Beast. All these rappers, the Jay-Z's, the this, or we can do the UK, the Stormzy's, the Crep Corner, the this, the that, the whoever, the big artists, the Tiny Tempers. Whenever.
To give credit, Stormzy has done his thing.
How?
Didn't he send a bunch of black youths to Cambridge or something?
Yeah, but see,
the Merky sent.
No, Stormzy's done his thing. Big up Stormzy. He's done his thing. But see, a lot of things when I look into it, yeah, what's behind it is he's been the face of it. You understand? So he's done that. All right, let's push Stormzy aside. He's a grime artist anyway. He's not really like, he don't really have that roadman energy kind. He's a grime artist. You know what I mean? Maya Jammer's boyfriend and that ex. You know what I mean? Like, he's never had that. You know what I mean? Like, he's never been perceived. He's always been perceived as a good boy. You understand? Which is good. I rate. Big up Stormzy. All right, push him to a side. I'm saying the industry as a whole, what has it really done? Like, you see these rappers talk about bare peas and that, then they'll say there's no youth clubs. That's why the problem is. So why you understand? So why can't they chip in and make a youth club in the ends of rare, like, because they're not allowed. This is what people don't understand. The record labels, they're not allowed to help their people. Just like the footballers, the Sterlings, the this, the that. Why ain't they made stuff in Jamaica or in England? Rashford had to feed everyone. He couldn't just feed these people. He's feeding little Tony Robinsons and stuffs. You get me? Guys, why is he feeding them, man, for? Like, feed your people. He comes from the smallest island in the Caribbean. Is it St. Vincent or one of them? St. Vincent. Feed that local island there. Why are you feeding these English people school packed lunches? Because he can't help his own people. They're not allowed to. It's in their clause, in their contracts and these things. Think about it. The NBA, the Premier League, all these black millionaires, billionaires. Why do we need help from other people so much? Why can't we do it ourselves if these men are balling? It don't make no sense, bruv. It don't. Mr. Beast is doing more for Africa than hip hop has done for Africa in its whole 50 years. Make it make sense.
But I feel like I hear what you're trying to say, but I feel like that's not really the best, because I feel like for example, with Rashford, I feel like there's no problem with him feeding the ends and that, because he's feeding bare little youths that he might not have had food. You know what I mean? And there's probably. And who is it? Mane? I swear he done a bunch of shit for his village.
No, that's a different kettle of fish. Mane,
Kante,
yeah.
Building hospitals in Mali.
Yeah. There's one or two good examples of.
I feel like, you know what it is? I think it's
don't get twisted.
I think it's one. It's that once you have that money, lifestyle inflation. You need to think about lifestyle inflation. And two, I feel like you're probably living in a way that you've never been able to live. If it wasn't for music or football, you would never be able to live that way.
Yeah.
So their man isn't even thinking about helping back either the ends or helping the community.
And do they have to?
And it's that.
Not everyone's that way inclined. I'm not saying everybody has to, but when I hear people say certain stuff like, yeah, the ends don't have no youth clubs, that's why the ends is. So when you start talking like that now, then you should contribute. You should be a part of, especially if you're pushing badness. You understand? Because this is what these young youths, I think this generation don't understand. Like when you was a bad man back in the day, a part of it was helping your community. Now it's just destroying your community. You understand? It's like, I'm the baddest, but you're not helping your community. So to me, you shouldn't be able to even claim these ends if you're not doing nothing for your community. If you're claiming Brixton, Peckham, Kennington, or any of these areas, Hackney, wherever, and you're not doing that for ends, why are you claiming the ends for? You're not helping your ends productively. That's the difference. Like, gangs started in the UK, the Caribbeans and all that, when we came here, was to protect the ends. That's why gangs started, or that's why we came together as men to run out the NFs and all these things. So if we're not protecting the ends, you shouldn't be claiming Brixton, Peckham, Hackney. You shouldn't be claiming, just claim your local gang, because you're not doing nothing productive for the ends. You're just claiming badness. You get me? Because that's what a bad man is. Like, I think Ninja Man said it years ago. Like, a bad man is someone who does stuff for their ends, stands up for their ends. You get me? That's the difference between, I think, this generation and before. You know what I mean? Like, a bad man will be someone who's productive in their ends as well. Not saying he's a good person because he's done, but he'll be trying to do all dayers and do this and food for the homeless, and you understand? Like, so I think that's what we get twisted. To me, it's not bad man, it's just demon time youths now. You know what I mean? Cause they're just on demon time because they don't respect their elders. Even man used to walk down the road when man was younger with all 20 man, Brixton, Pecker man walking down the road just on a madness. If we see an elder come, guess what? We all part like the sea, bruv. Like Noah and them man there when they part. Is it Noah? Yeah. Moses. When he parted the sea, we'll part, make way for Nanny. Getting on the bus, even when you get on the bus or public transport, you'll see these youths go on before the old people. Huh? You make way for mummy. You make way for the prams. You're walking a road. Women with prams are pushing round these youths. Even school youths, normal youths and that. I'm like, what's going on here? So it's like the normal moral compass is fully gone now. That's the biggest part of the problem. Just not respecting your elders. Because look what drill promotes. Like rap music, gangster rap used to promote respect your elders. But drill promotes F your elders. That's a problem. Man used to even respect Mitties. You get me? Mitty on the block and that man will give him his way. Say nothing, man. Go to you, brother. You know what I mean? Now it's just like, you don't even respect the normal guy, 9 to 5 guys are older as a younger. And I think that's a big part of the problem. The bridge has been burnt, you know what I mean, between olders and youngers. They don't respect olders because now the record labels have gave the piece to the youngers, because back in the day it would be the older putting you on. You know, the guy with the big chops and ends, you'd be, come studio, man, I got you. Now it's the record labels putting money in so there's no reason for them, the bad youths, to respect the elders on the ends that could squash beefs and stuff. Now it's the record labels who don't care about what's going on in the ends. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. There's no like generals or bosses or
there's no leadership.
That's it.
No, and to be fair, I do hear what you're saying with that. I do feel like for nowadays, I feel it's a bit too chaotic in terms of like there's no order, there's no like actual motive on what people are trying to do. It's just like with a lot of man, it's straight badness. Straight
money over everything. Look, when like if you go back to like the old school, not the old school UK rap, like the PDC, SMS times and that, you have girls on the chorus, you have bare girl. Like now it's a straight man all over the track. It's a man thing. Like to me, drills are why, because all they talk about is man. You understand? Run man down. Everything's about man, impressing man. It's all about impressing man. The music's gone from us. Music used to be about trying to impress women. Now it's about, I want to impress men, to show men I'm the baddest. Like this like it used to be about, I want to show the girl them that I'm the guy. Now it's about, I want to show men that I'm the guy. You know what I mean?
So go back to the DigDat situation. What do you think about Bouncer? Because obviously a lot of people are saying that he's kind of like dragging the situation and using the situation to benefit himself. Because shout out to Urban Music UK, but it was basically showing that before the DigDat situation, Bouncer wasn't even getting 1,000 views. And now, because of the DigDat situation that's brought him more attention, now he's getting 30k views, 20k views per video. So what's your thoughts?
To be fair, like, who else should be able to speak about it? Bouncer knew the guy. So why do people have a problem with Bouncer, who was the manager of the shoot, talking about the guy? He should be able to talk about the guy, really. You know what I mean? And that's not me taking sides or whatever. I don't care about what not. You know what I mean? But I would say he should take accountability as well for him getting in that situation. You know what I mean? Because he brought him into the game.
I had my same way. Like DigDat had a way out. He shot the my man on his own accord. So it's like, I feel like,
true.
You know what I mean?
True.
And to be fair, he was a troubled youth. Like, that's his second attempted murder.
Wow. Yeah.
He caught his first attempted murder at the age of 13, I think.
13. Yeah. So I think Bouncer talks, innit? He does that. Like, that's his thing. So if I can talk on it, why can't Bouncer? You know what I mean? Make it make sense. Like, even if he is gaining off it, he this is what people don't understand. To choose to make content and to speak out, it's not easy, because you're always going to be judged, because not everyone's built like that. So for him to even make that decision to speak on these topics, no one can't tell him nothing. Anyone can speak on DigDat, whoever. From you're in the public eye, I can speak on you. That's how I see it.
No, I do.
That's the problem with the UK. I spoke on so much artists. UK's weird. They'll block you. They'll move funny. I'll be like, bro, Like, say like Bouncer, like someone like Bouncer, I might not agree with everything Bouncer says, but the one time you disagree with these guys, it's like a big thing. It's like, what do you want me to just agree with you? I don't even agree with my mum all the time. So why am I going to agree with you all the time? I don't agree with my brother all the time, my sister, my good friends. Like, that's keeping it real. That's, I think, the difference between America and England is America, they could sit down with like people they disagree with more. You more see them interactions. In England, if you notice, all these rappers, they just sit down with yes people. They never really have conversations with people like me or you or whatever that will challenge them, and we can have a good debate. We can actually gain, instead of just, yes, oh, my career, it's just bare yes man conversations. That's why it's just plain, bruv. It's just hard dough bread, no butter. You know what I mean?
I think that's one thing about the UK scene. I feel like we need someone who's actually willing to say, oh, that song was shit, bro. Like, my man's a shit artist. You know, shit like that. Like
the listening party or whatever was on Link Up TV with Lippy and all that. That was hard. That we was getting somewhere. I think we was getting progressive, but bare artists was getting offended. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, because iron sharpens.
That's free promo too.
Free promo, and it's iron sharpens iron. So if you're hearing this, you can hear how to touch up your music, or you know what I mean. This is why all the music's just so, to me, it's so 2D. You know what I mean? Like, it's so, because no one tells the truth over here, bruv. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's just so passive with it. Oh, like, Century's got the best album, rare. Or this person, even though me, as someone who's not really a Century fan, I'll give that a 7 out of 10. It was all right. It was all right. I was surprised. I'll be honest. I'm not really the biggest Century fan. Like, I think he has benefited off of the likes of people that's really out here. I think he's benefited from the blood from the black community. To tell you the truth, that's what I think about him. Because the DigDats, the DigDats, the Lowskis, the M24s, all these people that's actually been in madnesses and it's a part of their life now. They have to live a certain way, duck and dive. He's benefited because he can fly to America. He can do this. He can do that. But America thought he was the guy, but he's not the guy from the streets. You know what I mean? He's not the guy. Even though I don't care about the guy and the badness, I'm just bringing myself to that level of understanding of the drill music. Like he shouldn't get the kudos. He shouldn't get the props for that. You get me? Like the 6-7s, the Harlem Spartans, what they done for the 150s, what they done for the drill industry, whether I like it or not. Central C didn't do that. He didn't bring it to that point. The way Harlem Spartans had the streets popping, and it was crazy. It was crazy. You know what I mean? Even me, as someone that don't promote that, I can use my DJ mind or my young mind and see they had the streets buzzing in a whole different way, and it was natural. You understand? It was organic in a sense of like they didn't have much behind them. And they pumped it themselves. They bought that, and they was talking about black Barbies. Like most man was talking about lighties. Them man was talking about black Barbie this, black Barbie that. So that was the only good thing that I took from them, man. They're like, right, they're promoting black girls and that. That's mad. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is like, not to say that Sense don't deserve where he is, but he don't deserve to be the face of it. I don't think he deserves to be the face of it at all. That's where. You know, but it's the industry, innit? It's they choose at the end of the day. 24, he got the 24.5 mil or whatever. But what happened with his album? Because he dropped his album, no videos, he's just disappeared. Is it because Trap Lord destroyed him in America?
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just a thing where like he decided to just, because I think with Century, it always posts are quite calculated.
Yeah.
So he doesn't just do things. Like I think his management's quite like rigid. I think. So he don't just post. He don't just drop. So
who was his manager beefing the other day?
I don't think it was I know his manager's
back to back, not beefing, back to back.
Nams? I don't know.
I forgot something I saw the other day.
No, I'm not quite sure. But about this, what do you think about that? Because I see a comment the other day. I don't even think I saved it. But basically, it was talking about like a lot of white people or people not from the ends benefit from the tragedy and the trauma that goes through, that happens to black people or people from the ends. And they brought up Trap Lord Ross because his videos are dissecting beefs that happen, people who have died, gangs and shit. And most time, guys like Trap Lord Ross have never been from ends. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not affiliated in any way. They didn't grow up in that type of environment. But they're making loads of money doing this. They're probably, Trap Lord's probably a millionaire by now. You know what I mean? So,
Off of this, yeah.
what's your thoughts?
Do you know, I was against trap law to up to like a year ago. But then when I really looked into it as someone that makes content and stuff as well, the research that guy does, bruv, you can't fault him. Like, they put themselves out there in that manner. They're in the public eye. He's just a journalist. He's just doing his job. So it's up to people if they want to listen to him. Like, especially the way he broke down Central C, I was like, wow. Like, see, when I talk about Central C, it's based on emotions because of what I've seen with the industry.
However, I do
and as a black,
watch that, but
yeah.
I do feel like he kind of did have a certain vim towards Sense for whatever reason. He kind of did. I feel like with a lot of what he was talking about, he did have a bit of vim. He did have like, it felt like he had some sort of like issue with him for whatever reason. Maybe not issue in real life, but
I think the first one wasn't. I think like when they got into like the second video and that he started to just tear him up because the way Central C's manager or whatever, that girl reacted, like she said, "Oh, how can this?"
Oh,
yeah.
I think that was his A&R. I think that's the one that helped sign that his most recent deal, that £25 million.
Yeah,
deal.
and what she said was totally stupid. She said, "How can a white Nikki have some?" But what is Central C then? You see what I'm saying, bruv? Come on, let's be real. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all white youths on the road in the industry like that, because you got the K Cokes, the Benny Banks, Morrison, he's just a bad boy. To me, he can't rap. He's not that good at rapping. I ain't heard a good tune from him. He just gets recognition because he's a bad boy. There's a lot of black youths in the game like that as well. They're not really that good rap, but because they're known on the streets. But I don't really class more. I don't even understand how he's a rapper. You know what I mean? I'm not being rude. I'm just saying what I'm thinking. You get me, bro? I ain't heard a tune where I'm thinking, raw, he's hard. But anyway, I'm saying there's white youths in the game that are proper rappers, the Potter Papers, all of that, you know what I mean? But I think like with the Sense thing, it feels like he's a plant because like the way Trap showed it, bro, like how he went from this youth to this. Bro, when Harlem Spartan was on the road, yeah, doing Harlem Bop and all that, this guy had a nose pierce in his ear and that, bro, like the round thing and all of that. What part of the road or trend was that? That's only a part of a certain community I know. That was never a part of the road or the Jill community.
I hear it, but I think, because I'm trying to think, when did his music he blew up in 2020. I think he did have like when did he have that nose ring? Like 2016, 2017?
Yeah.
So
that's recent.
So probably like from 2018 to 2020, he probably changed it up a bit. And apparently he was like going wherever he was going, shot in. So
yeah, but bro, like, see when man says shot in and that,
obviously
yeah,
anyone can shot.
Exactly, that's nothing. That's nothing, bro. That is least girl shot. So I don't care if you shot. That don't make you a bad boy or means you're from the road. You know what I mean? Even though I don't care about all that stuff, but obviously man grew up a certain way, so I know what's what in a certain way, and I'm like, that was never a part of the road, and maybe he did shot because he's a good decoy because he had the nose ring. Yeah, he can get away with it. Police are never gonna stop him. He's one of them youths. Yeah, give it to him, man, because he looks kind of fruity, so he'll get away with stuff. That's how the road will perceive it. That's them type of youths you use. You get me? That's how the roads will use, man. Like, oh, yo, take this bag, man. You got the nose ring. Police is never gonna look at you know what I mean? But like I said, his album's still a 7 out of 10. His new album, not say he don't have no talent. The youth can rap. I'm not saying that, but I don't think he deserves to be the face of it. And Trap Law and all them man there, I think he's a good journalist. And a black youth, like even me when I talk on stuff, black youths get so offended by other black youths. Like a black youth couldn't do what he's doing.
You know what? Because one thing I've always noticed is that I think if it was to be a black person like Trap Law Ross, they'll probably get called like a grass
or beef
or that.
Look at Vlad. Same thing with Vlad in America.
He still gets hit with the culture vulture.
Yeah,
police, you know what I mean?
I think
so they all get kind of painted with some sort of brush.
He shouldn't be the guy in it, but not to say it should be a black guy either. You know what I mean? But I just think he can get away with more because he looks sneaky. That's why So people don't see him as a threat. When people, these rappers that hear me speak, that they're like blocking man, or they're just moving left, and you know what I mean, they take it personal because man looks like them, or they'll see someone like me in certain. You understand, like it's the vibe thing, you know. It's a mirror effect. So they're like, he can't say that about me. Who's he? He thinks he's bad because he's saying that. No, I'm just a content creator, like Trap Lord. If I had glasses and all like that, you lot wouldn't see man as a threat. You would have blocked man, or you would want to sit down with man. You understand? But because if you got this type of look, you know what I mean? Like they just see they fear, their backs up against the wall. Like, oh, he thinks he's a bad man. What? You know what I mean? That's why it is, because he looks like Harry Potter, so he's not a threat. So that's why he can get away with what he's doing, innit?
How about this? I think I had this conversation with someone like yesterday or the day before. I was saying that the one thing about, obviously we were talking about like baddies, and I was saying that like I was saying it was basically it's trash TV, and they were saying that but
who's that? The Liana, what's her name? Liana Good thing.
Lani Good.
Yeah.
So, and I was saying like the issue with like us doing things like baddies is because we always promote the negativity in our community
first. Yeah.
Like obviously every single race and every single group have negative things.
Yeah.
Albanians and the white people, they're known for tax fraud and drug trafficking and sniffing cocaine and beating their wives.
Yeah.
Indians are known
allegedly. I don't want to get beat out by no Albanians.
The stereotype.
Yeah, stereotype. Yeah.
For like Indians is that like I don't know, like I don't
domestic violence and all. Yeah,
domestic violence. Like India has a very high rape in India.
Yeah,
that's their stereotype.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
their stereotype for being creepy.
Yeah,
but however, they don't push that to the front of their culture.
Facts.
But with us, we all push the bad man, the hoes, the people that are just done out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ratchets.
Yeah.
And that's the problem in our community.
Yeah, 100%.
So I want to ask you, do you think we promote too much of the badness and the negative characters in our community?
100%, man. 100%. We don't promote like good youths and all of that to the forefront. So say like even with the baddie culture and that, like when this is why other people feel so free to talk about black women or whatever in a certain way, is because we call them bees, we call them bitches and bad bees and all of this stuff, and they call themselves that. You understand? And we refer to our women as this. So we're only to blame. We got to take accountability for the music. Back to the music. We dance to she's a bad bee. Yeah. You know them ways and all this stuff. We love it as well. So we can't blame other people for how they look at us if we promote this in our own community. Like Liana Good, like, to be fair, if Channel 4 come and did that, no one will say nothing. But because it's a black thing, people are going to say something. So it's best a black woman make the money off it, to tell you the truth. Even though I don't rate what she's doing, because to me it's too ABC alphabetical and all of that. She promotes that all of that badness too much. But if Channel 4 come and did it, or BBC or ITV or one of them, Sky or whatever, no one have nothing to say. You know what I mean? So make her do her thing, man.
No, real, man. I feel that. And also, what's your thoughts on guys like Andrew Tate and the Manosphere?
Well, I think with the Andrew Tate thing, it's just a bit weird, like how I watch it and how young youths watch it. You know what I mean? I got a son, he's 19, and he said that the problems that people are talking about Andrew Tate brought was here before. So it's you know what I mean? So with me, like the positives, like, because I think they're killing off the whole man thing anyway, man being a man. Like they want to push this adolescent thing in all schools and all of this, you know what I mean? So I'm like, and then on ITV the other day and said, it's okay for men to paint their nails. And why? Bro, it's like, and what's his name? What's that youth's name? PK. He was on a podcast the other day and like the girl said something rude to him. Then he said something rude back to the girl about her back. He looked like a bodge job, a bodge BDL, and everyone, oh no! It's like they're silencing men so much, bruv. You know, men should, like, when I hear Andrew Tate talk about women, he talks about protecting them. So on that front, I don't understand what people are saying, like the misogyny and all, like this misogyny and incel. Is it incel? Or?
Yeah. To be fair, you know what? I feel like
all these
that,
words
that
have been
word is
thrown away
overused.
too much.
I think
Yeah.
it's thrown way too much.
Remember, they're stopping men from whistling at women and all this stuff. You got to think they're stopping the communication between men and women so much. Like, where women, when they get to a certain age now, over 35, they be like, I'm single, I don't know why I'm single. Because men our age are scared now. They're like, I don't even, bro, I can't even bother no more with these things there. You know what I mean? Like, they might film man and put man online just for moving to them on the road or in a club. Like, you're asking to buy, I can buy my own drink. Like, it's like, there's such a fight against men and women right now, bruv. That's why so much people are single now. And it's on purpose. It's strategic. It's the system just dividing us. It's the depopulation agenda, and people can't see it. You know what I mean? Like that girl with her own gym, she wants to just have women in the gym.
Yeah, what's the thoughts on that one too?
Bro, I get it.
Because obviously, some man, I can't lie. I'm gonna be so real.
No,
Some men are actually weirdos.
Yeah. But it's.
I don't necessarily see a problem with a woman having a women's only gym. I would even mind having a mandem's only gym or a mandem's only group.
True.
I think when men
can focus
with
more.
other men, no homo, we focus more. We kind of lean on each other a bit.
Your wife for that, yeah. Joker. No, but the woman only gym, I'm for it and against it in the same way. Because the reason why I say that, because you're gonna have a woman open gym, that's just gonna be a all you can eat buffet for women that like women. So are they allowed in there?
No, but I think
you see what I'm saying, though?
I hear it.
So it's just promoting men and women not being together again. That's all to me. That's all I see is like, because when I go to gym, like you see, I think sometimes the gym costumes, they don't need to be so tight, because hear me out, because even for the flow of the blood around your body, it's not good to wear tight. We're not supposed to wear tight clothes anyway like that, women. You understand? That's why women get fibroids and all these problems when they're older, because all them tight gym clothes they're wearing all the time, that is not natural. You know what I mean? Your skin is your skin. You got your skin on, then you're putting something on to be your skin on top. You understand? So I think that can be toned down a bit, you know what I mean? Look tracksuit, wear tracksuit and that, calm. You know what I mean? But I just think that the woman and woman gym thing, that's going to happen and it's going to go on all. That's somewhere where you can socialize. Sometimes, I'll give you a perfect example. The other day I went gym, and I done a session with, there was 3 men in there and like 8 women. First time I done one of them sessions, and it was for strength, core, and thighs and legs and all of that. So I said, the man was like, just stay, man, just see if you can hack it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? The instructor, all right. Bro, it was lit. I was like, is this what women do in the gym? I was learning from you don't go in. Man, don't think we're going in the gym. The women proper work out, bro. Like, they're working every bone and their legs and the important parts and that, bro. Like, I was like blown away from how it made me look at women in the gym different. I was like, you lot are serious, because that workout was hard as fuck. You know what I mean? And it felt good to be around the feminine energy working out as well.
Can't be with man them all the time. So.
Yeah, fam. I think man and women, there's such an attack on the West, in the West, against man and women, man. It's horrible, bruv. You know what I mean? And it's trickling down to the youngers as well, you know? That's why so much people are deciding to go left. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're that way inclined, I'm not getting at you, but I think the system's designing it like that on purpose. You know what I mean? I used to hear about this like 15 years ago and that. Yeah, gonna be neighbors snitching on neighbors. They're gonna divide men and women, and I'm seeing it right in front of my eyes. You know what I mean? All this incels and all these mad words and people just showing each other respect and love, and you know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, men need women and women need men. Like, that's how we came to exist. So I understand that to a certain extent, when people say there's an attack on women, but who ends up defending the women? So it's just like the black community, when we always focus on the bad, about focusing on the good men. Good men never get pushed to the forefront. You understand? Good men that's willing to stand up for women and stuff. Like, we always folk, oh, one guy done something in Islam and look, men are attacking women, but the men that save women during the week, you never see them get front page. So that's why I say it's an agenda.
Because, you know, one thing I always say is that, bro, really and truly, it's a small subsection of men that do that.
Facts.
That's all it is. It's a small subsection, and obviously not to say that there's issues.
Yeah.
That there isn't issues, and we shouldn't do things to stop said issues. However, it's not all man.
It's not
all man.
But I again, you know, because we're so multicultural now, and they're letting in a lot of men. It's not families coming in, it's men from other places. We got to take this into consideration from from different places of the world. I don't know why the word weird came in, but from different places of the world that weren't here before are being let in on mass scale, and it's just the men. So when they come and they see a white woman from the first time, it's peak, cuz like it's like, oh, white woman, you know what I mean? You know, so there is a problem.
What I would say about that, obviously I ain't done the statistics, so I ain't gonna even comment too much. However, I think that's all being done on purpose,
Facts.
so they can divide people even more.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's what I think it is gonna happen. Because if you deep it, the left's in charge now, but now because the left's in charge, they're not gonna do a good job. You already know Labour's gonna do fuck all. Then it's gonna be conservatives or even worse, reform.
Yeah.
That come into power next.
Yeah.
And then I will be a bit more right. It will probably have a good 10 years of the right wing again. Then it's gonna be more central. Central left. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I get you. But what is if you're noticing with Labour in power now, and Labour is supposed to be the good guys, right?
They're attacking working class people.
The most.
They're not attacking the billionaires or the millionaires. They're attacking working class people.
Because I hate to go back to the old saying, right, left wing, same bird. It's the same bird. It's the same bird. So what they're doing now, they're setting us up they brought Labour in, and Labour's on a crud. Then everyone's going to be like, Nigel Farage is going to speak for the people a lot. He's going to say stuff we want to hear. The next minute the reform's in, then they're going to be on the same type of stuff with the Trump, the underlying racism. You get me? So it's just a trap, man. It's like the system is the system, innit? And the system will always work for the system. You know what I mean? But I think what's happening since 2012, since 9/11, is people have lost the power. People power's gone. Since social media mediate our socializing has come into play, because that mediates our socializing now. It chooses your algorithm for who you want to see, rare. So it's took the power, the electric from the people. Why I say electric? Because we vote. We use our electricity to vote them into power. So it's took our power away to come together as a people in one accord. People want to come out for Palestine. People want to come out for this. People want to come out for Congo. We need to come out for one accord, one eye, one love. You understand? Everyone's coming out for separate entities. That's the problem. When it's one problem. This is one problem, but we're all coming out for individual issues. Issues, but there's one problem, and we all know what the one problem is. You know what I mean, bro?
Obviously, I've watched Adolescence today. I've watched 3 episodes out of the 4. And to be fair, I'm liking it. I definitely think a lot of it is very unrealistic.
Like what?
For example, I think it was the 2nd episode where like they wanted to find the boy who gave the other boy the knife, and they basically and I forgot D.I. Baskins or whatever his name is.
Asher.
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah.
Basically ducked him down, then basically asked him bare questions. Didn't even do the whole questioning process. That didn't even question him with a parent there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
That there's unrealistic.
Yeah.
The kicking off their door that a whole day later and getting CCTV and images within 12 hours, unrealistic. So it's like, it's those type of things there. You know what I mean?
I didn't even take that into accountability. Still, now you're saying it, yeah, it's all a bit like. Shh. But I think
obviously it's a dramatization, but.
So what's the question?
What's your thoughts on Adolescence?
Do you know what? The acting was great.
Definitely.
From Graham. I
the
thought
little you was good as well.
The dad, the local youth was good. The mum, You know what I mean? It's a bit hard for me to take. Why? But to take Ashley as a police officer. I've seen him in Top Boy and all these things, you know what I mean? And he just released a tune the other day, rapping, and so to see him as a policeman was a bit, but he done a right job, I suppose, you know what I mean? But I thought Graham done the best job. The dad, I thought the dad was solid, and the dad and the son were the stars of it. But so I liked the acting in it, but I thought the storyline was a bit warped, like, because I thought, why did they bring Andrew Tate into it? I thought it was just weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like for instance, yeah, like if you talk to any of these people, like even like Ashley Waters, if you said to him, "Oh, Joe's corrupting our youth," you say no. It's a way out, rare. So how can one man, Andrew Tate, be having such an effect from Albania? Romania. He's not even in the country. He's all the way over there.
But to be fair, I think obviously again, I used to when I say I used to fuck with him, not like I also.
So why still? I'm joking. I'm playing, man. I'm playing.
I'm saying that I used to like rate some of the stuff he said.
Yeah.
There's certain things he said that I've said myself, and there's certain things to this day I still agree with him on.
Yeah.
But there's obviously I think it's when you get older and you figure out the real world for yourself. You're like, this nigga's chatting shit sometimes. You know what I mean? And you have your own experiences. And obviously, young boys, they don't have that. Like if you're 14, 15. You don't understand the nuance. You don't really have the experience to navigate certain things by yourself. And I would probably.
But to be fair, like most of these young youths, even white youths, because that was like
I think that's his main demographics, though.
Yeah, like they listen to rap as well. They walk on. They all dress like the rap. You know what I mean? Like there's more rappers than there is Andrew Tate's. Andrew Tate's is one guy, him and his brother. You know what I mean? Like, there's many more factors to it. That's not even an industry. There's industries. Why ain't they made a film about GTA? Are you playing GTA then going out and doing the madness?
No, but you know, I think it's because obviously there's a whole. Like, we only have a few minutes left, but there's a whole thing of like the manosphere, the red pill, blue pill. I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah.
Then there's even more shit than that. Like, I was even amazed. There's black pill. There's I think there's a purple pill, there's God pill, and like it's mad. So obviously there is a whole industry and there's a whole little niche for it, and obviously the darker niches are like in places like I don't know, like certain chat forums and that. You know what I mean?
I suppose, you know what? Because the way the world is now, and kids don't play out like they used to, they don't socialize how they used to. I suppose someone's rhetoric about being a man is more powerful and more impactful because people are so lonely now, man. Little kids are lonely, especially boys. If you're not the in boy with 50,000 followers, it's a lonely place out here and you don't have a community. So people are agitating that have to be careful of what they say in certain regards. But I don't think he's someone to blame for what's going on now. I think it's a society issue and community issue.
I think, you know, it is. I feel like the youths these days, I feel like, obviously, I'll blame social media partially.
Social media is way more to blame than these brothers.
Obviously, the algorithm, it pushes certain content to certain people. Then secondly, it's like, due to everything, a lot of things being on social media, now people spend more time on social media. There's a lot less kid-friendly places these days. For example, McDonald's. Remember the layout from back in the day, and look at the layout now.
Yeah. Or even like Kai, Senet, and all them man there. I thought they was for kids. I was watching one of them the other day. I thought, how was this the role models for kids now? They was doing madnesses, like all sexual stuff and weird stuff and twerking in the, like they was doing the most. Them High Speed and all them man there. They're not for kids, but that's who kids are watching now. Like
these days, bro.
What happened to good Saturday morning TV and that Live and Kicking? Blue Peter. The kids don't know about these things. You get me, bro?
These days things are more expensive, so parents probably can't even send their kids to do a club or something or to do something these days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's a good point. Clubs are expensive, man. So. Even like self-defense. I think self-defense instead of adolescents being played in school, they need self-defense should be a part of the curriculum. You will see a change in everything.
Another thing as well, I feel like, you know, a lot of these people coming out saying that, oh, men should paint their nails, do these things. A lot of these men are not men that young boys want to be like.
Exactly, yeah.
Send in some men that like are good hard-working men who have a lot of good things going for them, and show them you can be like me, you can be like me. I have money, I have all the things that you want, and I'm a good man, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely. I think if they
I think there's a lack of role models these days, man. Like,
I don't think there's a lack of role models. I think that role models have always been there, but it's just what the algorithm and what they're choosing to take in. But like I said, I think like if construction came into school and self-defense, you'll see a change in our little boys. You see it, the next generation will be so lit and so focused. If the self-defense came to school and construction, I think those two things will pattern up the little youths, because the discipline that you get from going to self-defense is unmatched. It's unmatched. I've seen it in my own youth. You understand? So I think self-defense should be a part of the school curriculum. Then that will teach, instead of teaching misogyny and how to be a soft boy, no, how to be how to defend yourself and how to be honourable. You understand?
And I think, going back to your point, I do think these days I feel like they're trying to make men not say their mind, not to speak their mind.
Facts.
And whether right or wrong, I think men should be able to speak their mind. Even women should be able to speak their mind. But I feel like they're trying to subvert men so men are weaker. And now women will lead more. Women are leading more. Usually that's a downfall of a household. Less families. Like, that means no family unit. That means the government's raising your child.
Yeah.
There's separate bills being paid to private landlords and to private entities that are getting richer now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm moving a bit kooky with
this you're
conspiracy thing, but I think that's what my mind is telling me.
No, it's facts, man. Like there's definitely an agenda against men, the old school type of man. If you want to talk it, like, that's out the window, bruv. You know what I mean? They want you to be a yes man. They don't want you to have an opinion. They don't want you to speak out against things. You understand? They want you to fall in line with their agenda. You know what I mean? And I think there's an attack on religion as well, like God, believing in God as well. There's an attack on that, because if you say anything God-like now, it's like post God-like stuff, the algorithm don't like that. You know, because I post a variety of stuff, like, so I see it. You know what I mean? Just in that certain experiments I do with posting, and I'm like, raw, you post anything God-like, you know what I mean?